Welcome back, adventurers, to Let's Play Riven, the sequel to Myst. Last we left off, we had finished exploring the Jungle Island, which is the third island of Riven, where the Rivenese villages are currently located at the moment. That is, until we evacuate them once we've found Catherine. Once we finished our explorations, we hopped on a minecart and went through an underwater tunnel, if you can call it that, and have arrived here on the third island of Riven, on this platform. So now we shall get off the platform and have a look at our surroundings. Appear to be, at first glance, this island appears to be one giant crater at this lake in the middle here. I don't know if a crater of sort, well, a meteor of sorts actually hit here, although this island does have certain similarities, coincidental similarities, mind you, with Selenitic. Although it wouldn't be too much of a stretch to say that some of Atris's ages share something in common with those of Gehn, even though Gehn's ages are far more unstable and cataclysmic than Atris's are. So we have this lever in the middle of the lake here. The sound obviously means that there's pressure running through these pipes here, which is reminiscent of channel wood, except that this is air pressure instead of water pressure, one can assume. That pipe appears to be leading over there to a bridge of some kind. This pipe over here leads to be leading towards this structure over here that we have actually seen once before on the Temple Island in the Beetle Room. It was depicted in a mural along with what I can only assume is a rather exaggerated depiction of a machine that turns wood into paper. So the fact that this boiler structure is here on this island means that here is where Gehn is. This could possibly be where Gehn is manufacturing the linking books that he needs to A, get off of Riven, and B, establish links to the worlds in order to create, or in his mind recreate, the Dunny Empire, while in reality creating a dark, immoral shadow of its former self. And finally there's this pipe on our right that leads this way. If I have a look again, that pipe leads that way. This pipe leads to the boiler, or leads that way. Yeah, I'm pretty certain. That pipe leads. Yeah, I'm pretty certain. If we actually look back this way, yeah. So the boiler is on at the moment. We can see at the base of it here that there are all these flames. So let's have a closer look at it and see if we can actually get inside. I don't think we can because, I think it would be pretty scorching to the touch. As you can see, the doors don't open for us. Can't get inside just yet, but emblazoned on the door is once again the Riven motif of 5, which is a mark of Gehn's power and authority here on Riven. So lever over here that appears to divert pressure along either this pipe or this pipe. So these two, one pipe appears to go up the wall over there, the other pipe appears to follow along to this lever here. There's also another lever to our right, and this wheel here that appears to be another kind of pressure mechanism, one can assume. So it's appears to be some sort of thing up here. So see what happens when I pull the lever. It appears to be redirecting something. So the water has stopped bubbling now, which probably means that if we actually have a look upwards, there's flames now coming out from the top of this gas tower thing, which means that, well, basically means that we have redirected the flames. It should be fairly obvious. See what happens when we move this wheel. Doesn't appear to be doing anything at the moment, and pushing that lever doesn't seem to be doing anything, although if we turn this way, I think we actually have to manipulate as you can see, there's that pipe leading over there, and those pipes leading that way. There's a ladder over there that I didn't mention while I was looking at it. But it's actually very similar to, again, it's very similar to, well, channel wood in a sense. Kind of, ish. So, need to turn the lever that way so that we can have pressure going towards the boiler, which means that we can use the apparatus. See what happens if we pull the wheel again, now that we do have pressure going to the boiler. That appears to drain the water. So the water is now drained. We want to try this other lever. So if we turn the lever this way so that pressure goes to this lever and push it up, we'll be able to do something else as well. And that appears to raise a platform of some kind going along that way. So I think we can now enter the boiler at this point. We're pretty much done with that, but, well, yes, we can actually go around the side here towards the ladder that we saw just a few moments ago. But the way appears to be shut. We can't go that way at the moment. I had to find a different route, and we can't go along here because it's too rocky, and doesn't look like we can get onto that bridge from here. So the only way is forward through the inside the boiler room. And the bolt's turning, and the door opens because the flames are no longer heating the room. I imagine that the metal is probably still kind of hottish. Appears to be a series of lights around here. There's the platform that we raised, and in the middle of the room is a ladder, a circular ladder, leading down to a tunnel of some kind. Probably one of the pipes in the boiler room. or underneath it rather. Although it's a bit hard to see. I hope there's no black buttons on a black screen here. That would be annoying. That would be very frustrating indeed. Oh, there appears to be light at the end of the tunnel. And another ladder leading to the end. And back to daylight. Which is handy. Though the end of this pipe here appears to be a little high for my tastes. But we'll jump down anyway. Yeah, that was actually a bit high. Just let me catch my breath for a moment. And head along this trail this way. Along the top of the cliff face, and in the distance over there is the giant dome that we have yet to explore. Over here is this structure built under the side of the cliff with a set of steel doors. And there's the cover that we couldn't get into from the bottom there because there was no handle. But now that it's open, the way is open, and this way will be open in a moment. So I open the doors, pushing them really, really hard. Very solid doors, those. Anyway, in the interior appears to be another cabin of some kind. That's one thing about the ages of Atris and Gehn. There appear to be quite a few caverns here and there, probably reminiscent of Dunny, given that it's underground. Ahead of us is some sort of metal contraption at the bottom here, and a fan at the top here. That I don't know why the grill is down. That's a bit dangerous. It's even more dangerous when I stick my face as close as I can to it to feel the breeze. Any closer and my face will be shish kebab. So we want to get back down. So we can actually climb on top of this mechanism thing here. Appears to be some sort of maybe feeder, or probably even a trap of some kind, a non-lethal trap. So if we can actually I accidentally let it go and it fell through there. So if we put one of these, I'm assuming they're food pellets of sorts, I'm guessing that they're edible, although not for people. And that closes rather quickly, so it is a trap. So something that apparently is supposed to definitely supposed to sit on the plate for the trap to open, and that was twice that I almost lost my fingers to the trap closing. Lever doesn't appear to be doing anything, but I reckon that if I go back down to the lever there and send the pressure of, send the air pressure towards the pipe over here, that we can actually get that trap to work. Probably has nothing to do with anything, probably not a puzzle, but although who knows, maybe it is. Maybe it is part of the puzzle. I think if we reset the lever back that way, and I'm pretty sure that if we set the lever along this pipe, we can use that mechanism over there, but not right now. We want to return to this area here and lower that trap. See what animal we can find in this cavern here. And with power, we can lower the trap, which is a rather nifty thing. Say what you will about Gehn, but the man has a bit of a creative streak to him. We can't actually look down. We'll need to deal with that fan at some point as well. Well, since these doors were originally closed before, we'll close them now. Appears to be revealing two passageways that we didn't originally see before because the doors were blocking them. There's one on the left and one to the right, and doors in our face. So let's head down the leftmost passageway, going further down into a dark cavern to another door, similar to the door that we saw on Temple Island. And there's a second spinning dome mechanism, like the one that we saw on Jungle Island. And there, in the side of the cliff, there is a viewpoint. It's obviously looking at this dome at this level. I'll stop looking now since I don't want to give you motion sickness. But let's look at the door above. Let's see if there's a passage behind the door. There is. So we can go into this rock passage, and there should be another viewing mechanism in here, similar to the one on Jungle Island. So I'm guessing that with the motif of 5 scattered throughout Riven's structure, that there were 5 of these domes on each island of Riven. And since we didn't really have a closer look at the one on Jungle Island, we'll have a look on this island, which I'm probably going to call Boiler Island because of the, its main landmark is that giant boiler. And pushing the button at the right time appears to stop the mechanism and open the dome. So the viewpoint is looking at the various eyes carved into the side of the dome as it's spinning, and we happen to get the right one, which was coloured in yellow. It appears to be just a round circle with a slit in it, kind of like a cat's eye. Though I'm pretty sure that, the shell of the dome is open, the outer shell, but the inner shell appears to be closed. And what is that I see laying ominously beneath the viewing glass? That appears to be a book, a linking book, of all things. So our worst fears have been confirmed. Gehn has been able to escape his temporary prison on Riven, though it must have taken him a very long time. I mean, he's been trapped here on Riven for 33 years. And given the fact that the art of constructing books and writing ages has been, has vanished along with the Dunny civilization, it's actually amazing that Gehn has been able to create a way out in such a short amount of time. Though given the fact that Riven has been Gehn's best attempt at trying to resurrect the Dunny civilization, or at the very least create a shadow version of it, it's not entirely unsurprising that he tried to both write and emulate aspects of the Dunny civilization into Riven society. What with the wood and the 5 guilds and everything like that. And speaking of 5, there appears to be beneath the glass here a slider set of 5 with 5 sliders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there are markings along the side here. So if we take these numerically and say that this is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that's 11, back to 10. In keeping with Gehn's motif of 5, that's 15, 20, and I think we can get to the end there, with 25. So this is a combination puzzle that we will we will definitely need to solve at some point. There appears to be, on the book cover of the book, there appears to be some sort of symbol, possibly similar to the numerical symbol of 5, and indeed the other dunny symbol, numerical symbols that we've seen previously in the school of the jungle island. But doesn't appear we can do anything with the dome at the moment. I think if we explore further around this island where the books have been manufactured, we can probably gain a little bit more insight into how, Gehn created those books. And more importantly, what age he has managed to link to, because that's another question another good question that will need answering. But we're on this bridge now, the bridge that we saw from down there. And it appears to be a lever here that we maybe turn that off and stop whatever mechanism that is. And there's a very elaborate structure, possibly of dunny design. No, again, knowing Gehn's perchant for the dunny civilization. It appears to be locked. It's grimy on the outside, possibly the inside. This structure may or may not have been used for quite some time recently, but can't get in that way at the moment. At the end of the bridge is another cavern leading over here that appears to connect to the other side of the giant dome on the Temple Island. So we are now heading once again back towards the Temple Island without the use of the tram system. And to the side there appears to be another spinning dome with a bridge, well, several bridges leading towards it. There's some stairs up here leading up to this giant golden dome that's again has a series of dunny symbols carved into the base. And you'll notice that the dome actually resembles a giant version of the inner shell of the smaller domes, so perhaps the two are connected. Pushing the lever forward appears to do nothing. So we need pressure to lower this bridge. We can't go that way at the moment, so that way is shut. But you can now see the entirety of Boiler Island, and indeed it is a crater. Sorts, nothing that way. And anything this way. There's the jungle island that we were on before. There's the structure, and there appears to be the platform for the tram that we'll be heading to at some point. That appears to be... hold on. If I just go back and show you... So there's where the minecart came through on this side. So that's what that platform is. So that's where we arrived from the jungle island, and there's the structure that we can't get into at the moment. That we'll need to find some way of getting into, which is this structure, because that door is locked. We turned off that mechanism, which is what we wanted to do. And I'll actually go back to the trap and see if we've actually caught anything of note. This mechanism appears to be working because it has power. So that, so the lever outside controlled the mechanism for the fan, so that we can actually now get over here. Also due to the fact that probably setting the air pressure from down below, probably, in order to work the trap, may have also had a hand in helping us out with that as well. But anyway, speaking of the trap, if we pull this up, have we caught anything? I'm pretty sure... Ooh, we have! So something obviously took the bait. So let's open the trap carefully and see what we have found. Oh, it's a frog. It's a rather cute little frog. Wait. And he jumps back down. Appears to be a pool down there of some kind. But that noise... We've heard that noise before. We have heard that noise at the beginning of near the platform of the jungle island where we found the second or the first golden eye, but which had the dunny numeral for 2 on it. And there was the cave that was in the shape. So we have actually found an important piece of one of the puzzles of Riven. So we had the beetle and we had the frog. So that's, well, I'm pretty sure the beetle, if my memory is correct, was the symbol for 3. And then there was the fish, the big fish with tusks, revered by the Rivenese, which was 5. And I'm pretty sure that those creatures that we saw on the rock, on that rock, have something to do with the puzzle as well. But that's a matter for later. So when we return, adventurers, we shall climb into this pipe behind the fan and see where it leads. Until next we meet, adventurers.